What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm doing unveiling the truth for all of the signs. I'm on the sign of Capricorn. And in this thread, it goes over kind of what you're seeing in a certain situation. Also, maybe what another person is seeing. And then when you lift the veil, what maybe is kind of being blocked from you or something you're not seeing, and then it goes over the truth or the reality of the situation. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, check out the About section of the channel for more information on how to do that, and the description box below. With that being said, let's see what the messages are for the sign of Capricorn. What is something that they see? So I definitely feel like there's some emotions here that are not being talked about. This is definitely a journey for some of you guys. There's a need to kind of see the truth or the reality of a certain situation. Some of you guys could be pregnant, or you're figuring out maybe what love is all about. There's the angel of love is kind of around in this energy. It's kind of like a peaceful energy. I feel like you think that someone is kind of smoke and mirrors. I think that you're having a hard time trusting your intuition, trusting your higher self, or maybe just needing to see this from a higher perspective, kind of what it is that would make you happy in a certain situation. I think that there is an attachment to a certain outcome for you, Capricorn, about what it is that would truly make you happy. I think that part of you kind of is used to swaying or manipulating things to kind of go in a certain direction. And I think that with the right plan, there's more than one way for this to go about for some of you to kind of get the love and happiness that you want. But there's also a need to kind of maybe reread a message, or pay attention to a message, or just kind of see things in a successful manner. See this kind of working out in a way where it could be something that could be, there could be progress in the situation. Because you have happy family and attachment, but then you have all tied up. So maybe there's an environment that some of you guys were around as a child growing up where you thought that if you could do everything that you tried to do everything that you could to make a situation, make another person happy. And there's a part of you that needs to let go of a certain outcome to a situation where maybe it's not going to be with the person that you think it's going to be with. Maybe there is a need for someone to rethink their idea of relationships and partnerships, because I feel like there definitely is going to be a need to go after what it is that you truly want. I do feel like someone has some commitment issues. Someone has a hard time working with other people. The communication when it comes to this situation seems a little bit off. I think that there's a need to kind of cut through the bullshit, or just cut the bullshit for somebody about maybe their attachments, or maybe what it is that they truly want in this situation. There's a need to kind of be strong and wait for it, whatever it is that you deserve. There is some regrets here in the past about an ending where it could have been a marriage for some of you. It could have been just a home situation. I just feel like whatever type of stability you either had growing up, because I'm getting both energies, or whatever kind of situation that this is, it might not end up being the outcome that you want. But there is a need for you to kind of get out of old energy and kind of walk away. I do feel like someone needs to be a little bit more sincere in their communication about what it is that they truly want. I do feel like someone needs to have more confidence in themselves. I do feel like if you're waiting for someone to kind of communicate with you, I do see it coming up, but there's an energy of being really afraid of things going the way that they once saw it as a child, or someone is afraid that you or another person could get the law involved, and not really move in an energy of love and communication. But I feel like if there is some type of legal case, if you guys can communicate a little bit better, I do see there being an outcome that was favorable for both of you. I just feel like if this is a family situation, both of you guys have things that you're able to do to make this work. And if there's children involved, remember that the children are innocent. And maybe there was something where someone did something that they didn't really mean to do, and it ended up being a situation where authorities were involved, and it had something to do with maybe what someone did for fun, or someone they had with them, or something along those lines. There's just a really distorted view of what it would take to work on this, what it would take to make things even. If we're waiting for things to get better in the future, I feel like someone is very tied to things that they're currently involved in, and even though they want things to be happy, they want this happy ending, or you want this happy ending, there's also a lot of fear surrounding someone's inner desires, or they have a hard time sticking up for themselves, or they have a hard time maybe controlling some behaviors that they're used to doing. I do feel like there is energy of someone being involved in a situation for the wrong reasons. Maybe this could be mother energy, this could be baby mother energy, this could be just someone who isn't really reliable, isn't really able to be this strong, stable figure at this time. And there's a need to learn this lesson either about yourself or this person, because it's kind of keeping you bound and confused and afraid of a situation that potentially could get better, if for no other reason than the children. I think that there's a need to be honest on both sides of the fence. There's a need to let go of attachment to outcome about this, and maybe there will be some kind of unexpected. I think that someone maybe unexpectedly left. Someone did end up getting their heart broken. So someone's really guarded when it comes to love now. And the truth of the matter is that I think that it was really unexpected for both of you. I think that someone didn't really want this to go this way, but now when it comes down to making a decision, they're having a hard time of thinking that this could work out in the right way, just because maybe someone isn't giving as much as the other person. Maybe it ended up being more of a situation than it did a relationship. I just think that there is a need to maybe stop giving to a situation that's over, and maybe accept that you guys could work together in a different light. Maybe that you both could help each other and be friends, and work in that energy instead of and learn something from this. Most of all, that maybe you can't see this for what it is because you don't want to see this for what it is, or this person. I do see that there is an ending to maybe the manipulation, maybe the someone, it could be a job for some of you, it just could be some type of reputation that someone had. And I just feel like the hidden thing is that someone, the first impression of this, or whatever you thought that this was going to be, may be a little bit different than what it is. And it's important to not listen to the gossip, not listen to, not be so stuck on an outcome or things going the way that they've always went, because I do feel like there's definitely some changes. I do think that someone has this energy of wanting to bring families together, of wanting to work this out. But there's also a lot of energy of someone kind of being scorned and then kind of moving forward in that communication. So that could affect the home life. That could affect how this moves forward. I think that someone ended up getting pregnant, and then there's a energy of someone kind of dwelling on things from the past. Someone just wants to win at all costs, but at the same time, someone needs to kind of spend some time on their own and figure out like what they want to do with this and act at the right time, especially when it comes to any type of investment. I do think that there are emotions involved here, but there's also kind of a lot of sexual energy, which could be kind of confusing for the people involved in this because I think that you just wanted this love and situation to go a certain way, and it was more of a fantasy than it was a reality. And I think that the more positive that you can be about something, the more that energy will be brought into your life, so that you kind of attract the right people into your life. Some of you guys could be going on a trip, on some holiday. I feel like someone doesn't want to come into your life to take you places and make the effort in your life, and this person is attracted to you, but it's up to you to decide, what it is that you want, and don't let your ego get in the way of allowing this love. I do feel like for some of you guys, there will be a reconciliation or a coming back together of two forces, but for the time being, there's definitely some energy of being separated, because someone needs to learn how to love themselves to give love, and not only that, but learn how to express love and kind of think about what true love really is, and not trying to make it fit into a certain box. Maybe, yes, it's okay to have memories with people, but it's also important to have someone in your life that listens and pays attention to you, someone who's capable of giving you the same things that you give them, and not just maybe making it about money for whatever the case may be. I just think that there's a need to kind of move in a different direction and not listen to all the commotion, because I do feel like there are some wishes and hopes coming true here, but I feel like it's more on a friend level for some of you guys, that you could come together, but it would be in a different way. You'd play maybe a different role in this person's life, and maybe the romance and the sex is two different things for someone. I do feel like someone just needs some time to be on their own for right now, and maybe the best thing that they can give you is a friendship. And maybe they have a hard time telling you that, because at the end of the day, they're not really sure exactly maybe what it is that they want, or like what direction to go, and they have a hard time communicating this with you. But I do feel like it's, as far as a friend, this person would do anything for you. This person genuinely wants to see you happy, but they want you to figure out what that is kind of on your own, and kind of accept any other type of outcome that comes about this in the meantime. I do feel like there's a level of, this kind of coming on as a shock. I do feel like there's definitely a karmic lesson that is being learned in this situation, but it's important to be adaptable to that, or just knowing that, things can be maneuvered, but in the right way, that there needs to be an understanding between people in your life, or this situation, that maybe one person doesn't really see them being locked down at this point in time because of their career. They need some independence. I do feel like someone could have some issues with gambling, someone could have some issues with social media, and I do feel like there's a lot of stress and anxiety over all of this, and maybe not understanding why another person isn't doing what you want, or why one person or the other dwells on certain things from the past. But I do feel like in the effort of having the right partnership, there are sacrifices that need to be made, but there shouldn't be suffering to get the outcome that you want, because if it was truly meant for you, it will always be for you, and whatever it looks like to everyone else, or whatever anybody else thinks about it, doesn't really matter. I do feel like there is a need to be strong and remember who you are before any other person, who you were and who you will continue to be throughout your future, and to remember that how far you've came, and to maybe don't be so quick to move on, or quick to pressure someone to make a decision when maybe it's just kind of blurred lines at this point in time. I do feel like there's definitely innocent energy here, and maybe it's a need to learn some things about each other before you kind of come off so aggressive, and this might be flip-flop energy. But I do feel like if you are to send a message, don't be aggressive. Just try to keep it friendly fire. You know what I mean? Anyways, that's all I have for you guys. I hope you have a good night.